Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb. Today, I wanted to share something that just came up in the Selling with Wisdom workshop. It was a virtual group of 25 amazing women, and we were talking about selling with wisdom in the new year, creating a business from our hearts, selling with intuition, with love. How do we enjoy the freedom, the peace, the joy, the love that we think we need after the 7 figures or the 8 figures or the 9 figures? How do we use freedom and joy and love and peace as a fertilizer to nurture, to create, to connect with our clients and to build a business that we love? Many 7-figure coaches, many 8-figure coaches, and 9-figure coaches are building businesses at a high cost. It's costing their hormones. It's costing their heart. It's costing their waistline. It's costing their skin. It's costing their relationships, their marriages, their children. It's costing them so much to create that 7-figure empire, that 8-figure empire. How can we, as spiritual and Christian women coaches, come back home to God, to create a business that is simple and profitable, to create joy in every step of the journey? I'm not saying be happy all the time, but create joy in every step of the journey, every step, and enjoy freedom before, during, and after, and have that permanent shalom, a peace that passes all understanding. Not a peace because there's no drama, not a peace because you have clients, not a peace because you have, $1 million in your bank account. A peace even when you don't have anything, even when all hell is breaking loose. You stand firm because you have the wisdom of God with you, in you, through you, by you. Like, that's the business that we going forward with in 2023, and leaving behind the drama, the complications, the 10 offers, the 30 sales funnels, the 50 memberships, living behind the drama that is costing you so much. Is it really worth it? One of the ladies said is that when we start a new year, we come in with such high expectations and we think, new year, new me. So this is what I'm going to do. So before we even go any further in the video, I want to debunk that whole new year, new me. Because when we're coming to our businesses on January 1st, we are coming as the same infinite, powerful, abundant, prosperous women that we were on December 31st. God is still God. He didn't leave on December 31st to go back to, the North Pole. God is God in us consistently, so we can't be a new us. We can make better decisions. We can work wiser and not harder. And when it comes to selling, a lot of the women in the room, have made multiple 6 figures. Some are making 5 figures. Some are making 7 figures. Some are 8 figures and going to 9 figures. Some are, it's just me in my business. I'm a coach in my business. Some are, look, I'm a CEO. I have a COO. I have a CFO. I have a PhD. I have a whatever O you have. I asked one of the women, I said, well, you have all those O's. Do you have a general counsel? And she said, oh, I need one? No, you don't. You're a coach. Okay? So some women came in with no team. Some had like large teams. And everybody was looking for one thing: to create a business with God's wisdom, which is simplicity. How can I just take off all the chaff that is not me and step into 2023 as me, as all of me, and leave behind every part of me that is not me, so I can tap into my consciousness, my abundance, the wealth I already have, the freedom I already have, the joy I already have, the peace I already have, and not assume that the next Cartier bangle or Gucci bag or condo in Florida or first class flight is going to give me that peace, that freedom, and that joy. How can I step into 2023 owning that I already am? I am. Here's the thing. One of the things that I believe is that we are infinite beings and we have a prosperous womb. And we get to midwife and birth and share our most potent body of work as that infinite being of God expressing itself through us. Now, how does that support us to sell with wisdom? And what is selling with wisdom? What is selling with wisdom when you've already had a team? What is selling with wisdom when you've already made 6 figures? When you're bored by your 7 figures? When 8 figures doesn't thrill you anymore? Because so what? You can make 7 figures a quarter. You can make $1 million every quarter. And what? So how do you now sell with wisdom so that you stay in the ministry of the work that you are called to do in the world? If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Mimidabo. I'm a high-ticket business coach, and I support spiritual women coaches and Christian women coaches to co-create profitable and very simple and joyful high-ticket coaching boutiques so they can serve at a higher transformational level, create deep expansion for clients in any coaching niche. And in their own businesses, they get to simplify and come back home to their core coaching offer, high-ticket, potent body of work. And they get to build, design, and live and enjoy the life, the business, the money, the profit, the value, the legacy, and the impact that they choose for this lifetime on their own terms. Okay? There are 8 questions that I'm going to share with you that will support any coach at any level, 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures, to sell with wisdom, to simplify her coaching business and come back home to connect to what really matters in her business and for her life, to remember why she became a coach in the first place, and to tap into that beauty and that joy and that passion and commitment to heart, and create a business and grow and nurture a business that connects her to the heartbeat of her assignment, her mission, and her client, that creates supernatural abundance of profits without costing her more than it's worth. What is that first question when it comes to selling with wisdom? To creating $1 million a day, a month, a year, a quarter, every 5 years on your terms, using the gifts God has given you. The first one is, do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? What is your identity? Do you know who you are, and do you know where your real power comes from? When you remember who you are and whose you are, when you identify where your real, true power comes from, you stop chasing this one thing, which is what every coach in the room said is staler than New Year, New You. A sales script, okay? A coined sales script. Selling with wisdom means you know who you are. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. I believe in Jesus, so his power is in me, and that's where my power comes from. Not from that place. Do I have to chase some Instagram guru's script? Do I have to go on Facebook and look for that 9-figure coach who says this script converts 90% of the time? It probably does, but it makes me cringe. It probably does, but it's not me. It's not tapping into my gifts. And it's one thing to make that script your own. It's another thing to just read it word for word because it converts at 90% without changing anything. How can you be you? Whose power are you tapping into? If you're the infinite source, if God is in you, where does your real power come from? Inside you, or is it attached to your guru's sales script? What has the power, you or the script? We'll dive deeper into this. Question number 2. Do you know your assignment? We are all here with an assignment. Part of this journey is living life to the fullest enjoying life, being our best, sharing and giving love and receiving love, and being who God has called us to be in the world. Just joy and peace and freedom and faith in life and abundance in love. And our assignment. So do you know your assignment? What are you here to do? What are you here to do? When you midwife and birth those gifts, that most potent body of work, what work is that? What kind of work is it? What niche is it in? Who is it for? Are you specialized for a particular group of people or in a particular skill? Do you know your assignment? To sell with wisdom, you need to know who you are and know your assignment, 1 and 2. Question 3, are you connected to the heartbeat of your mission? Because this connects you to the heartbeat of your clients and to your values. Sometimes when I'm in a coaching call with a client who is at that level where they've made maybe multiple 6 figures or even $375,000 a year, or maybe it's 8 figures, or they're planning their 9-figure year for 2024, 2025. And they're used to making maybe $1 million a quarter, or if they choose to, or they can sell, $1 million a month if they want to. They get to the place where they say to me, Mimi, I have all the Cartier bracelets. And don't get me wrong, I love Cartier. I love my personalized note cards. I love my life. I love everything the profits in my business give to me and the freedom I enjoy. And my clients do too. So this is not money's bad. Money's good, and I love what it does for the world. But the clients will say things to me like, I thought the money was going to calm me down. I don't know, like make me happy. I'm bored. I could make 7 figures a month if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I could make 7 figures a quarter, but I don't want to sell those offers right now. I can do something that just slow down and then speed up next quarter. But the thing is, Mimi, I'm bored. Like, I know I can do it. I can do this in my sleep now. So I have the Gucci bags. I've traveled around the world. I have the condo in Florida. Now what next? And there's this sabotage in the planning process, in the what are we working on, whether it's launching a new offer or selling the old offer or scaling down to 2 core offers or getting rid of the membership, like whatever it is. There's this, I wanted it so badly and now I have it. Now what? See, because there's a lack of connection between the heartbeat and the mission. There was a commitment to make the money, a commitment to make the profit. But what happens after you've met the commitment? What happens after you've achieved the goal? That is why we expand the vision to co-create something that is way more powerful than 8 figures. Because you can make 8 figures in a year or in 2 years or in 5 years or in a month if you choose to and do the work. And I don't mean the action work. If you relax into the being of the woman who creates the thing, okay, and know how to do it. You need the skills and the strategy, obviously. So what happens after? So connection to the heartbeat is important when you're selling with wisdom, so that you always show up in that space of, I am here to serve and enjoy and love. Because at what cost are you creating that 7 figures? Are you bored? Is it giving you really bad acne? Are your hormones just like, your adrenaline's shut to hell? Like, what's going on with you? Is your marriage falling apart because, now you have the money, so you need something to break down so you can fix it? Like, what's happening? Number 4, do you genuinely care about what you're offering, what you're selling, and the people you're selling it to? Do you genuinely care about what you're offering and the people you're selling it to? When you midwife and birth the gifts and create your most potent body of work, there's a spiritual connection to that. There is something inside of you that is so connected to the work that God is doing through you and what has been channeled through you. When you go try to recreate or repurpose your guru's offer or template or formula, there's no connection. And then after a while, you generally don't care about that offer. You don't even want to sell that offer. Then you start to self-sabotage. Maybe that is the offer that has been giving you the 7-figure quarters. And now, In a coaching conversation, I might ask, so what's going on with this offer? Well, because it wasn't yours. It didn't come out of you. It is not part of your assignment. It is not on purpose with who you are. So, do you genuinely care? Because when you can narrow down your offerings, narrow down what you sell to one or two high-ticket coaching offers, or mid-ticket or low-ticket offers, whichever one you want, and create a business model that supports the offers that you have, that supports your mission, that supports your purpose, that supports who you are as a woman, as a person, then you genuinely care and want to sell the thing. Then it's not a uphill battle to decide what to offer this quarter. You just know. You just know. You just know. Number 5. Question number 5. And before I get to question number 5, I want to know how this is landing for you, because you see, my invitation is for this to be experiential, for it to be like unconscious competence. That is how we get to sell with wisdom. It's like riding the bike without a script for how to ride the bike, right? It's like getting the sewing machine and sewing without going through the book to see how to sew this skirt today. No, it's just sewing because you know, because it is part of who you're being in the world. So selling is part of your being in the world without a script, because the scripts are now, we've realized, staler than New Year, New You. Question number 5. Do you know how to sell with wisdom? And this is the sales strategy part, the skills of selling, the art of asking, the art of the sales conversation, tapping into the soul of a sales call, or just selling, the essence of selling. And this has 3 parts to it. It's like being in the courtroom. A lot of people watch, murder trials on TV or courtroom trials and things like that. Being a good salesperson, an excellent soul salesperson, is like being a good trial lawyer. It's the same 3 skills, generally. The first one is to listen deeply. Listen deeply. Listen. My whole being is listening to you deeply, so I can connect to what you're saying, so that you know that I see you, that I hear you, that I know you, that, oh my gosh, I get you. Not listening not listening with a script. Like, this is the script, and I'm listening, I'm thinking, oh, okay, what next question is going to fit what she just said to me? Oh my gosh. But actually, my whole being is leaned into the conversation I'm having with you. And I'm joyfully receiving what you were saying and giving you my energy of presence, of being. So that I'm listening to you, not to come back with a response, not to answer you or find something smart to ask or say, but to hear you, to really, really hear you. Because when I hear you, then we can dance in the moment. Then we can flow in the conversation, and I can see what you truly want. I can hear what you're not saying to me. And I can get curious and invite you to play with me, so that we get to what you really want. So the first one is listening deeply. The second part of knowing how to sell, the how, is asking better questions, asking the better questions. Again, just like being in the courtroom, when you ask a question that's not the better question, you get opposing counsel screaming, objection, objection, Your Honor. When you ask the not better question in a sales conversation, you get a sales objection from the client. Same skills, same thing, different building, different room, same thing. And that's why I always think it's so much easier for attorneys who are trial lawyers to sell, because it's what we're trained to do every day of our lives, is sell to the court, to the jury, to whoever. So ask better questions, questions that support your client to see what she really wants, questions that support your client to connect to the heartbeat of the thing they say they want, so they can see, oh, maybe I just wanted this because I thought that's what I could have. What I really want, I've already put on a pedestal. And clarity is going to support me to expand my vision and create the thing that I'm scared to even tell myself I want. Okay? So ask better questions. And the third thing is connecting you and your client to what she wants. Because until she connects to what she wants and commits to the transformation, she cannot commit to the sale. Okay? So anyway, those are the 3 skills. And I'm going to do a video on the framework of how to sell, like the actual asking of the questions, the skill of selling, the back and forth, the conversation, the asking for the sale, the talking about the investment to work with you, all of those things. I'll do a video on that, about the, not how to, because I'm not arrogant enough to tell you what to do. It is the framework of how to sell with wisdom, the actual strategy and skills that come with the conviction and mastery of selling high-ticket coaching offers. So that's question 5. Question 6. And this one is a key one for spiritual women coaches and Christian women coaches. And this is, are you selling a coaching offer or a mastermind or a program or whatever it is you're selling? Are you selling something that is potent, that has value, that is powerful, and that is transformational? And when I say valuable, when it comes to high-ticket coaching offers, it's not some fluffy, wishy-washy, pie in the sky kind of offer. There needs to be both tangible and intangible benefits. And I'm not just talking return on investment. So I don't care what kind of coach you are, what kind of niche you're in. We have to decide, what are the tangible benefits? What is the monetary value of this year and in 10 years? And the other tangible benefits. Even if you're a sleep coach, a sex coach, or a life coach or faith coach, we need to know the tangible and intangible benefits of working with you and what the client really, really gets. Because that supports your conviction, that supports the mastery in your sales. When you have conviction and you know how to sell, you cannot not sell. And when you do it with wisdom, your client always wins, and so do you. So here we go. Are you selling something that is potent, that is valuable, that is powerful, and that is transformational? Okay? Number 7, are you willing to ask the challenging questions? Sales conversations and not coffee with my best friend. I don't need you to like me. Do you need your potential client to like you before they say yes to working with you? I don't have a I'm here to save you complex, or I am better than you complex. I assume that if you are here to create the thing that you say you want, then you are powerful and you are ready to be all that God has called you to be. And I assume that you want the thing that you say you want and you're ready to pay for it. I also assume that you can invest the energy, the time, the resources, and the skills it takes to create this thing. So I'm going to ask you the challenging questions because I don't need you to like me. See, I am an attorney. I'm a trial lawyer. I've been a defense attorney and a prosecutor. You don't need to like me for me to do my job. I'm an accountant. You don't need to like me for me to advise you on your taxes or look at your books. You don't need to like me. You don't even need to know me. As a coach, I need you to know me. I don't need you to like me because being an attorney, a coach, and accountant, there's skills. These are skill sets. That's it. So I have the skill to get you the thing to help you, so not help because I don't help anyone. I support you to co-create the thing that you say you want. Honey, you don't need to like me. I am not your mother, your best friend. That's what your masseuse is for. That's what dark chocolate is for. That's what your mother is for. That's what your best friends are for. That's what your girlfriends are for. I'm a coach. I'm here to support you and be your best cheerleader, to co-create a thing with you and use the skills I've accumulated throughout my 50 years, almost 50 years, to support you to do the thing. Okay? The trained skills, the experiences, everything, all of it, and the education, so that you can smoothly, joyfully create the thing that you want. So I ask the challenging questions. Are you willing to ask your client the questions that are going to make her squirm? Are you willing to ask permission to ask her the question that she's not talking about? To ask her about the thing that's sitting in the room that nobody's talking about? Are you willing to ask her about the thing that she's not telling you? So you can decide if you're a great fit to work with her or she's a great fit for you, and whether you want to spend the next 18 months with her in a one-on-one coaching relationship. Can you ask the challenging questions? Wisdom requires that you do. And your client's joy, your client's result mandate and demand of you to ask the challenging questions in the sales conversation, and of course in the coaching call. But I'm not a coach trainer, so this is sales. Okay, I'm a business coach. This is sales. The 8th question: are you ready to sell as you are? Now, what does that mean? That means, are you ready to sell with wisdom? What does selling with wisdom look like? It means selling with love, selling with heart, selling with connection, selling based on relationship, selling based on intuition, selling from freedom, selling from love and joy and peace, and all the things that we think we need to get before we create our business. Selling from who God has called you to be, letting God be through you, let God hear through you, let God share through you, and allowing and simply being. Such a beautiful, powerful force and presence in being in that conversation. So your client sees the version of herself she did not even know existed, and for the first time gets to realize that her goal is not on a pedestal. It's not a place for her to get to. It's not something for her to get to. Her goal has always been a place to come from. And when you sell with wisdom, or if you have a team, you share your value for wisdom with your team, so they sell from this place. Whether you've made 5 figures or 7 figures or 8 figures or 9 figures, but journeying back to home, coming back to heart and wisdom and love, and not just selling, but creating a business that is bright and fresh and not staler than New Year, New You. Connecting to the heartbeat of your assignment and your love, and just being you. That is selling with wisdom. When you take all of those 8, when you answer those 8 questions experientially, and not from, oh, this is interesting, but when you answer those questions for real, and then use them as part of your conviction and master the know-how of selling, you cannot not win, because God doesn't fail. So let me know how this lands for you and how this will support you in 2023 and moving forward to step into your own power source and stop tapping into sales scripts. That's so stale. It's been good having you.